Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And as you can see, we've already started here. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
This fella Martinez is the latest striking talent to emerge from Argentina, and the way he likes to operate from deeper positions draws comparisons with some of the very finest from his country. More of an auxiliary striker in my view, though. Wants the ball to feet, and he's better playing off a centre forward, so he's someone to watch.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Martinez. Pass somewhat off target. Takes on his marker. Gattuso produces the perfect tackle there. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Mateus. Berry. And here's Ibrahimovic. Locatelli. That's a lovely, neat pass. Rijkaard makes the interception. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Tries to... Martinez! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, good-looking ball. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now, he's got space here. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that's put paid to a promising move. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Martinez. And it's Fofana. He's a sharp little ball here. Pressure coming in from all directions. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get it through? Mateus. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Martinez. He could be in here. Martinez couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Oh, that's fabulous. He's looking unstoppable. And it's Gattuso. Now that looks a decent ball.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Fofana. Played for Chiellini. Martinez. Mateus. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. In with the challenge.
Thuram really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
There's a quick free kick, and here's Nedved. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Fofana. Martinez. Nedved does well to get it back. Kalulu. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Thuram. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Inter Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Thuram knocks it into space. Buffon claims comfortably. And now they can spring out of defence. Darmian gets across to intercept that. There's the whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Sostituzione per il Milan, numero 11,
Here's the start of the second half.
viene sostituito con il
Well, I can imagine
19.
both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And here's Del Piero. Tries to play it through. That'll be a throw. Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
And it's Rijkaard. Tries to pass it through. And it's made its way to him. And he's running through. And a chance! And that would have been some goal.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Stood up well to him there.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Thuram. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Gullit can be a real threat inside the box. And it's Van Basten. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Now it's Del Piero. And the pass is intercepted. So we've reached the hour mark. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Nedved. And now they can clear their lines. Mateus, Gattuso, Rijkaard. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Dovbyk. Well, they've broken out here, and this could be the moment. He is through here. Fofana puts a cross in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Nedved looking to penetrate opposition lines. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Thuram, Fofana, Now it's Dovbik! Mateus. That pass has been well intercepted. Thinks about the shot. Dovbik! Martinez plays it in. Cleared away. Looking for the run. Oh, this looks sharp.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mateus. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. And it's Van Basten.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Mateus is standing over this one. And this is a great chance to take a lead. Mateus! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Finally, the deadlock is broken!
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0. Mateus. Cross to the back post. Oh, what has happened here? He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Milan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 10. Lasciano il campo per il numero 9. Il numero 17. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. And he cuts out the supply. Can he get on the end of this? Leicester spots it and intercepts. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just... Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash, and no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming, or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Well, Christian Vieri looks for all the world like the classic target man, but he is so much more than that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's imposing and physically dominant, as you say, but he's also a threat from range and quite a lethal finisher.
Big cricket fan too, I hear.
Meant to be quite good at it, I believe.
Yeah, some people just born with everything. How's that? Now it's Van Basten. He shifted it to the flank. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Rijkaard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Serginho. Now Fiore. Zanetti. Produces a cross.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Now it's Del Piero. Now it's Hullet. He's shifting through the gears here. pull it. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's a nicely shaped ball. It's Van Basten! Could move up a gear here. Well read, nice interception. Milan still without a single shot on target. Always onto this. Chance for a shot! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And he's forced to go back. Davids is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Rijkaard.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
That is good alertness. Hernandez. And it's Serginho. And it's Hernandez. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's put his reins wrong there. Gattuso. That's an imaginative pass. Nesta makes the interception. Now it's Vieri. Nesta, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Davids. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Hernandez, not the most accurate pass. That is ended up in no man's land. Hernandez. Now Gattuso pinches it off him. And he was quick to react. Serginho. Nicely weighted ball. Vieri. Serginho. Gattuso. And here's Van Basten. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And it's Zanetti. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed. Can he finish? Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. And we have our very first corner. And he gets rid in a hurry. Zanetti. He's having a shot! Just off target.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all.
Gattuso. Out of play for a throw. Serginho. And Bastoni. Zanetti. Some good work on the right flank here. That has not gone well. Oh, well played, well played. Vieri. And a chance! They've scored!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times.
There's the shot! And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Vi ricordiamo, signore e signori, che è possibile acquistare i souvenir nelle apposite aree dello stadio. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 17.
Here we go again.
Lasciano il campo per
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
It's their second corner of the game. Oh, important interception. And he's heaved it away. Looking for options for movement. Played it. He's got full. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
Corner number 3 coming up. Buffon claims comfortable. Milan are looking to go forward now. Now that's well seen too. Bullet now looking to orchestrate a counter. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Zanetti got a long way forward to join the attack. Gattuso, it's a pretty loose pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And they can counter here. Oh, delightful ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Del Piero. Gets a good foot in there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
And it's Gattuso. Done delicately. Serginho in acres of space out wide. Gattuso. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Chance! Goal! Milan! AC Milan are all square. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He is through here. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. Van Basten is onto it in a flash. Del Piero, great defending, strong and determined. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Serginho. Vieri.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
75 minutes played. And here's Rui Costa. Rijkaard. Bremer gets good distance on it. Well, what about it? This is going right to the wire.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tries to play it through. Shot at goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 5.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Can he get onto this? He rises! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
And it's Gattuso.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Nice looking ball. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Filippo Inzaghi. Rafael Leao! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
All hands on deck for this one. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
It's been slipped through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 2. Fabio Cannavaro.
Into extra time we go.
Con il numero 3.
Nedved can see things others simply cannot. So much time and space here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. DiMarco. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Hernandez. Tries to pass it through, and he's picked it up out wide.
This is the time you need that pace.
He's through here. A lot. And the shot! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan get themselves into the lead. DiMarco. Rafael Leao receives it in a wide position. Gattuso. Now Fiore. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Davids. Ibrahimovic. Bastoni cuts it out. Looking to play him in. And he's been shifted off it. And it's DiMarco. Hernandez. Extra time reaches half-time. Milan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Sostituzione per il Milan, numero 26, lascia il campo per il numero 10, attenzione, una sostituzione.
And so the last chance to find a win. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Ibrahimovic, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Gattuso, and the counter is on. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. He's in a great position here. It's a mighty effort! Oh, taken with style! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Quite a thriller this one's become. Oh, there's a probing ball. Good running, strong and purposeful. What a throw in. Foot in.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now there's a fine ball. Shapes to shoot! Oh, yes, it's there! And that may just do it! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't set...
And he shoots! Adriano gets flagged offside. And we're done.